Andrew Luck in just a second, but first, this is Oakland's Chad Pinder. Watch a terrific diving snag down the right field line. Wait for it. Nice focus, nice catch.
Oh, that was going to be fair, too, there.
And that one didn't feel good either. Didn't
Great
have a ton of time to brace himself.
That's as far as a right fielder can run to get to a ball.
Here we go, a little minor league action.
Whoa.
Dayton Dragons' Michael Ciani stretching out for a really nice catch.
Okay, now
here.
that's an athlete. Watch how he goes off of 1 foot. Oh, man, didn't need to get two to gather up. Oh, Michael, that's the Hall of Fame hands of the
Call him up, Cincy. Just added Trevor Bauer, moved on for my guy Puig. More on that later, potentially. Call him up to the big league squad.
He was playing a little shallow. Did get off on the crack of the bat, but his angle wasn't the best.
Oh, hold on a second, though.
Hold on, little Chiefs training camp action. Patty Mahomes out here practicing the old nose pass.
Oh, who's there? Oh, and there was the illegal contact flag on the play. Don't matter. That's still a completion. That's still a first down.
Great.
Oh, yeah, man. How you going to defend that? Looking that side of the field. Oh, but I see you coming. Don't worry about it. I got you, man. Right there.
Like the defensive end told him, you wouldn't have thrown that ball in practice. Like, you would have gotten sacked in the game.
Well, I mean...
To the Colts now.
The unknowable.
I'm sorry.
Some bad news for Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is dealing with a calf injury that'll see him miss the preseason opener. Says he's no stranger to this news. Andrew Luck's had a host of injuries during his time in the league. Head coach Frank Reich said Kevin Durant's calf injury, which led to a torn Achilles, was definitely a factor in sidelining his quarterback. Here's Luck on why he's not rushing himself back.
The nature of it is a calf strain, and I say lower leg because I feel pain in my ankle area and calf strain, and I guess I'll get a little specific. I've had images and x-rays and everything, and my Achilles is not at extra risk. There is no tear or swelling in there or anything that's indicated, but so it's a calf strain, and we're on our feet a lot, and I know to be the best quarterback I want to be, to help this team like I want to help them, I can't be. I'm not looking for average, and if I'm going out here with pain, I'll be average. I will feel like an average quarterback, and I'll be an average quarterback. That's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for this club.
You got to be careful with Andrew Luck after we've seen what he's been through the last couple of years trying to play through pain. Cece, what is your level of concern for him at this point? I'm
not concerned at all. Even before Kevin Durant, the reason why I knew about the Kevin Durant injury and I knew the potential of Achilles, because there are hundreds and hundreds of calf injuries in the NFL every single year. There's so much starting and stopping, especially on the offensive side of the ball. The wide receivers are always pushing off from their natural stance. So one of your calves is always going to be sore. Typically now the wide receivers rotate around so you don't have a dominant leg. So you typically have 2 sore calves, 2 sore Achilles playing the game. Quarterbacks, their calves and their Achilles typically get sore because when they drop back, when they get to the top of the pocket and they climb, they push off of that lower leg to try to get back up into the pocket, and doing that every single day, it's going to make your calf sore, especially at the beginning of training camp. Even though you might be in great shape, you can't simulate what it's going to take to get ready for an NFL season. So guys come into training camp in great shape, but once you start, you put the pads on, you add the tackling out there who have calf strains or issue with their calves, because what we saw with Kevin Durant, it was such a galvanizing sports moment that, yeah, we should have learned from that. But I think that what they've done through the years has progressed enough to this point. No, you shouldn't be worried about his Achilles as far as...
Has to feel, Julie, almost like a win considering Sasso.
You know, Sasso hits 2 of her best shots ever and comes away with a tie. But that's much better.
What is the ceiling for Andrew Luck?
League MVP. I mean, what the projections were when he came into the league. Andrew Luck's a guy that I will forever, at one point I'll see Andrew Luck in person, I will apologize to him, because he's a guy, of all the people I've ever talked about in sports, that I feel the most badly about how I evaluated, because when he was...
Are just starting to make it to the second 9 here at the Center World. We mentioned earlier about the flower hole here at Century World. You might find your
Andrew Luck going to show us the quarterback that was the best prospect since John Elway? When is he going to realize that potential?
Not knowing
when
he
is
was hurt.
Absolutely. When is he
Andrew Luck
going to be the guy we saw in you?
Coles in the world. Time now for the rules of golf presented by Rolex.
I'm out at the 16th hole.
A constant running attack from Marlon Mack. And that would help Andrew Luck out, because that offensive line, last year, Andrew Luck only sacked 2% of his dropbacks, lowest in the NFL. A guy coming off the significant injury that he did, they got that fixed. That's not a short-term fix. I don't know if they'll be that good this year, but they'll be one of the best offensive lines. So they have everything in place for him to be great.
And once they started playing great, the final 10 weeks of the year, he was sacked 8 times. You go win a lot of games with any quarterback who gets sacked less than once per game. And when you mention the skill position, guys, you say all the time, see, look at your wide receiving core like a basketball team.
Man, they got it.
Ebron's your center. They brought in Devin Funchess as your power forward. T.Y. Hilton's your point guard. And the guy you like, Paris Campbell out of Ohio State, can be that wing, if you will, can be a guy who can run the football, like get the ball out of the backfield, but also gives them some size and some athleticism on the wide receiving core. So T.Y.'s been, I think, he's made the absolute most of his abilities up to this point in his career, and he's had a great deep ball connection with Luck. But Funchess and Paris Campbell, one or both of those two, should add a more reliable possession receiver.
And let's not forget the awful start they got off to last year. Frank Reich, as a rookie coach, those weeks 1 through 3, they were bad. Weeks 4 through 17, Andrew Luck throws 34 touchdown passes. Only Patty Mahomes, who had 37. All right? Through weeks 4 through 17, people forget that. He was exceptional. This is a good team. I wouldn't be surprised a lot of people pick them as their Super Bowl pick.
All right, let's take a break. Coming up,
Not this guy.
Will the Saints ever get over losing the NFC title game?